What's going on, you guys? It is Monday. Excited for it to be Monday because that means we get to get back to do some lifting here. Doing some overheads. Already did some of the warm-ups. Still going through some warm-ups. Figure bring you guys through. And then Jenny's going through and she's doing some triceps and push-ups and things like that today. So getting her done here in the old strength house. Oh yeah. So just warming up through overheads. I've already done some of the stretches, some of the band work, things like that. Now it's just getting that green light, making sure everything's feeling good. So pick a light weight, work the front, work the top, work the back. What do I mean? This is what I mean. And we're just making sure everything's working. Shoulders feel good. You know, I can get it at that top side, making sure the tricep feels good. Going behind, making sure mobility's there. Some people frown on doing them behind you, and it's just like, go light. I'm not gonna go real heavy and do behind the neck presses. You're vulnerable. So it's still lighter weights, but I like doing it to make sure I have mobility. So we're gonna go up a little bit. And what you working on?
Push-ups.
Triceps?
Triceps.
Tricep push-up day. Had a good day yesterday doing deadlifts. Nothing too crazy.
Oh, on my day off.
Oh,
How you doing?
I want to make sure the shoulders are feeling okay, so I'll go 185. What's up? And again, warm-ups. The point of it, you don't have to have a number in your head. Warm-ups are just the point of warming up the muscle. So you could do, 5 in the front, 10 on the top, and 3 in the back. Whatever it is, just to feel warmed up. When it's feeling good, put the weight down. Don't try to do, max effort and all that shit. Save it. Save some in the tank for when you're getting ready to actually go to the heavy sides, the working sets, and get them in there. So we're just getting a couple in like this. I'm just gonna get a couple going and just make sure the shoulders are feeling all right. And probably from here, probably go like 2 1/4 and just see how it feels. Again, I haven't been doing these in a long time, so it's, getting things kind of brought back into the game and, dipping your toe in the water, seeing how you feel. Is your body giving you the green light, all that type of stuff. So just starting it all over again. Feeling it today?
That's lower than where I normally go.
That's all good. 2 1/4.
Too tooey.
Fucking around with the camera. Hey, I'm being serious. As serious as I can get. Mm-hmm. Whew. But, yeah. Yeah, one of the things I talked about before I mean, you can even, yeah or no to this. Like on Mondays where everybody just kind of feels dead to the world. It's like, oh man, it's fucking Monday, it sucks ass, da 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 da. I look forward to the workout portion. You know, where I'm going through and I'm thinking of, what am I gonna do today? You know, I mean, I know for me today, back, shoulders, but you know, it's like, okay, what am I gonna do on overheads? Am I just gonna do a strict press? Am I gonna do push press? How heavy am I gonna go? How am I feeling? You know, all that stuff. And then it's like, okay, you know, what shoulder routines am I gonna do for front, you know, sides and rears and all that stuff? I don't know if you go through that same thing or not.
No, because I have deadlifts on Sunday, back and shoulders and stuff on Sunday, but
I'm not saying the day of back and freaking shoulders. I'm just saying when your Monday comes along.
I did on Monday when it was back and shoulders and deadlift because deadlift's my favorite, but it's tricep day, it's like, eh.
Yeah, but it's for what? Getting your bench up.
Yeah, I know, so I'm done.
Yeah. Well, all right, I'm on one side of the fence, you're on the other. Maybe everybody out there is the same way where it's, you know,
It's easier when it's my favorite lift day.
even on a bad day. You know, if it's, you know, for some people it's like, I hate leg day. So many people skip leg day, but it's like, you know, I hate leg day. Okay, well then.
Do it anyway.
Exactly. If you don't want to do leg day and you're going to skip it, well, that's just bad. Then do something that's the easy leg stuff and sit and do leg extensions and, you know, leg curls. Get something and go on the sled and, you know, at least hit the sled. But at that point, you know, get something in. All right, I don't feel like doing squats today. Well, still figure something out, you know. I mean, it's a little easier when we're making up plans and all that for clients and shit, where it's just like, oh yeah, I just have to follow this routine and that's it. But, you know, for us, it's...
I go by what you tell me to do.
All right, so apparently it's only me that has that where I'm like, all right, what am I going to do on this day? I feel like I'm going to do this and this and this.
You have everything I need.
I know, I got it all programmed in my head. But that's where the self-coach and, you know, the decades of lifting and just kind of knowing where things are, where you're settling in at.
Oh, my belt's set for me, but I was gonna say,
Oh, I've already tried yours on, it's actually loose. I do a belt way tighter than what you do.
That's tighter than what my other one used to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's nice.
I like that belt.
Oh yeah, well I got my Evolution Athletics on right here. We're talking about the new Evolution Athletics belt that she's got. Instead of having a loop like this, I don't mind these. She's got
A brand new one.
She's got a brand spanking new one. That's got the lock and everything on it. It's cool. I like it. You know, that's what we're talking about right now. Where it's like, you know, it'd have to be changed around a little bit to fit me compared to fit her. But I mean, I tried it on and I just wear my belt way tighter than you do. Because when I put this on, I'm at the last loop. I put yours on, I'm going, I can still stick a finger in there. So you got to make up for you guys that don't do belt work. There's a whole lot to this of being able to use a belt. It's not just slap the thing on and go lift. I mean, there's trying to break the belt, pushing against the belt, how to actually use this thing. We'll kind of touch base on doing your belts and
I like that belt though.
setting them up and all that stuff, but we can do that right now. I'm gonna get a quickie set in this. It's a cool belt. I like it. But like I said, I haven't been able to fully use it yet, so.
It's taking some getting used to because I can get it tighter than the other one.
Yeah.
And then for deadlifts bending over, I have to watch where the buckle clicks because then it digs into my leg.
All right.
But I like the belt.
All right. And again, today is more by feel This is probably the third week back to doing these. This is one thing that I've noticed. Well, I guess on all the big lifts, your bench, your overheads, your squats, your deads, you take a couple of weeks off or a month off, holy crap, is your strength just plummet. Because there's no way, you know, throwing you 175 on this and going, okay, do your buck 75. It's like there's no way in hell you're doing that again.
I haven't done overheads in a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm. So it's just one of those things.
I focus on deadlifts more than overheads.
Yeah. Oh, do a little mini stroke here. So go forward. Too hickey.
I just found some screws that can let me rack up. Oh, I can show you Peyton's stuff too.
Oh. Yeah. One of the clients that's doing very, very well. He's actually kicking butt. If you watch his Peyton, you're doing awesome. But yeah, we just started him on some programs and never done deadlifts before, ever. And I would say it's been 5 months.
What? About 4 months?
4 months. And when I started him off, he did 330. Now I know some out there, oh man, it's only 330. But if you've never done them before, and he just did 5 and looked like he had enough in the tank for one more at 365. So within basically 4 months, he's already done 405. So within a matter of 4 months, he's almost 100 pounds up. That's big. I wish. Yeah, I mean, and he's been lifting for a while too. I mean, it's not like he's a newbie. I mean, Peyton's probably 5'10", 210, 215 pounds. You know, his bench and everything, and he's a firefighter, you know. And he just wanted to improve himself for on the job, plus he wants to be able to lift heavier weights and all that. And he's been doing great. Bench has gone up. Was he at 245? He's now at 295. Squat's gone up. Not as much. That's the one that hasn't been going up as much, but he's probably 30 pounds up on his squat. His waist has gone down. He's gained an inch on his arms. And he's still keeping the same weight. So I'm looking at that going, all you've done is just gain just muscle, just pure muscle. Legs are getting bigger, getting thicker. So he's doing awesome. So he just ended up sending us some videos of his 365 that he was excited about. So, and rightfully so. I mean,
I wish I could get 365 for 5.
Yeah. So it's all good stuff, and I love hearing when people are, you know, putting in the work and busting their butts, and you know, there's no deflecting and oh, I couldn't do it because this happened or that's what I mean by the Monday thing. You know, so many people, it's like the weekend goes by, maybe you partied and drank a little something, and you know, you hung out with friends and had a good old time. You watched a football game, maybe kicking back a couple with your boys. I get it, but that's when the Monday comes in. It's like, oh, I got to clean myself up. Plus now I have to lift. It's so hard to get out of that rut when you're in that kind of a, you know, partier state. And I'm not saying, you know, don't enjoy yourself, but I understand the struggle of, all right, Monday's coming around. Oh, it's the work week. I actually look forward to being able to, you know, come down here and, you know, start cranking on some weights. And especially something like this where it's like, God, I haven't done overheads in a really long time. Plus, we're third weekend? Yeah, we're third weekend of doing the carnivore diet. I'd love to hear from some of you guys out there if you're doing carnivore and how it's treating you. But we're 3 weeks in. I'm down 10 pounds. You're down 12? 11. And I mean, there's a couple of hurdles in it. You know, I noticed my strength's going down and all that stuff. But hey, you know, I don't want to wait till, you know, 2 months out until summer and then, hurry up and try to do some kind of crash diet. This is something that we're trying to do that's going to be more of a, hopefully a lifelong thing. Ooh. Nice and tight like a tiger. Wee-hoo! Wee-hee! So, oh yeah, I can tell I haven't done that in a long time. But just slowly leaning into it. Name of the game.
Pushdowns or dips first?
Whew. You talking doing like a reverse dip?
It's the only dip I can do.
Push downs. Because push downs, you can kind of tax the tricep a little harder than doing like a reverse dip. Reverse dips are going to be more hypertrophy, blood pump, all that type of stuff. Push downs, you can make them a power movement. Yes, you can. Oh yeah. Good stuff, my man, good stuff. So with these, you'll notice I'm getting a little pop. I'm using a little bit of leg drive, so this is more of a push press than just a straight up overhead press, which I find for trying to get my strict press back in the game, I don't mind doing these. And it's the hold up top where you got to hold all that weight and all the stability muscles start coming into play. That's crucial. Since you're doing, a little bit heftier weight, well, in that sense, control that negative on the way down. When you control that negative on the way down, think about it. You're kind of like doing a pull-up because you're controlling that weight. So you're making the lats fire, you're making everything kind of come into the game. So everything that would be a secondary type helper muscle is now getting taxed, and it's kind of reversing the role. So now the shoulder doesn't have to work as hard coming down because it's the lats and rear delts. So it's a nice way to kind of shock the body, getting it ready for, I wouldn't say it's overloading it, but I guess it's a little bit of an overload, yeah. But you're just prepping everything. And if you just did strict press and that was it, you just kept everything super tight and kept it in that area, I find it takes a little bit longer to get that up there. If you start, doing strict press and then going into like a push press and do, a couple of sets of push presses, then go back to strict press, which is probably what I'm gonna end up doing here. It'll work for you. It'll definitely work for you. You'll be able to get a little bit more out of your overheads. So just smack your foot.
Someone left the clip on the ground.
You stepped on a clip.
Yeah. One of the little itty bitty guys.
The little 1-inch ones.
Yeah, the tiny little guys.
Oh. Who says you need smelling salts? Just throw a couple of clips on the ground and boom.
I held it in. Because I'm barefoot.
Ow, shit, boy.
You didn't hold it in.
No, I just smashed my finger with a damn 10-pound plate with my pinky. I smashed my pinky! Oh, yeah. Good stuff, my man, good stuff. What you gonna do, bro? Raw. fucking around with the camera. Having fun, being goofy. Been a long day. Got to keep it in a good mood. Keep it light. Have a good time. Have fun. It's too easy to be upset and angry about everything.
Well, a long day. I did 10.5 hours.
You know, I did my 9. And there's a beautiful point. 10.5 hours. 9 hours. We're still down here. We're still busting ass. You know, making videos, getting our weights in. You know, she's busting up on triceps. You know, I'm trying to get overheads back in the game again. There's no excuse why you can't get down here. Well, maybe not down here because we don't have the room for all you guys, but, you know, there's no excuse why you can't hit the gym. You can't do 20 minutes. You can't do a half hour. It's just lack of motivation. You know, if you guys want to get big and strong, it's like you got to put the frickin' work in. And you certainly can't just, well, I'm just going to just take something. Well, you got to still put the frickin' work in. There's no miracle pill, man. Oh, all right. This will be the last of the heavy
Feel the
side.
triceps today.
What's that?
Feel the triceps already.
Hope you got some mice in your pocket.
There's no pythons on my arms.
Feed
sorry.
those damn pythons. Oh, yeah.
My arms are not big enough for that.
All right. Woo. Time to rock and roll, baby. All right. I'd like to get a triple at this, but we're gonna see. I haven't felt 275 in a couple of months, so. And 275 right now feels like 315 or 3 1/4.
Oh, I could win a rep challenge if I was deadlifting.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we're not doing. One of the fun ones that we'll do is she'll do her deadlifts and then I'll do overhead press. Our last one that we did, I did the 315 battle.
Oh, 315.
So it was.
Did we tie?
No, I beat you by 1.
You beat me by 1.
Because I think you ended up doing 315 for 4 and I got it for 5, or you got it for 5 and I got it for 6.
Thanks. Yeah, because I did
But-
315 for 5.
Yeah, and that was a good day. That was at the gym where we were both sitting there looking at each other. I said, "I'll do whatever whatever you're deadlifting. Just just having a friendly competition. Sometimes it's fun to do." Well, she picked 315, and all of a sudden it was like, "Oh shit!" And let's just say they were not strict press 315. I was push pressing like a motherfucker. But I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say I was a little stronger at that point.
Hold this down right? I'm just doing a variation with a single handle
No,
one at a
no,
time.
that's fine. Did you do palms up? That's palm. Okay. Did you do the outwards?
No, I haven't. I did this one.
Yeah.
That's all I've done over there.
Oh yeah. So then flip flop and do palms up. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're gonna do palms up. All right. Boo! Yeah, buddy.
Oh boy.
Boo!
And out. You're maybe a half inch away from the light on the side. Right?
You guys didn't see anything, did you? Cha-ching!
That was my knee.
I'll take the 3. Oh, what's 3 give me? Yeah, it puts me back into the 300s, but holy shit, am I down? But name of the game, my man, name of the game. We gotta bring it back. You know, it's always one of the hard things of, I used to lift this. I used to do this. Well, do what you gotta do to get it back. Or at least try your best. That's the goal, to be back to, you know, what you were. I'm trying to be able to lift even 95% of what I used to be able to do. But you gotta keep those goals going. Well, best on this, 375. And I'm way away from being able to do that as a push. But it's the point of, when you finally decide to quit, well, that's when it's game over. You don't quit, it's not done. So, don't quit. Keep that fire going. And maybe you can't, you know, go super heavy. You know, I got some friends and people that we know that, you know, have had, you know, shoulder, you know, reconstructive surgery, or even knees and hips, and you just can't load the weight that hard to where they can do the stamina portion, you know, and things like that, to where they can go through and, you know, hey man, I can still, you know, say it's bench press, I can still, you know, bench 2 1/4 for a dozen, but as soon as I go over 265 or 275, which mathematically, I mean, if you're doing it for 10 or 12, you should be doing between, you know, say 300 and 310, maybe 315-ish, somewhere in there. And you can't even do, you know, say 265 because it hurts that joint. Well, then go for, you know, go for your rep total. There's always some way that you can figure out a goal that will give you that self-accomplishment. You know, there's always something there. Sometimes you just got to dig a little bit harder. So when you're at work on a Monday, man, I don't know what to do and this sucks, and that, start thinking that way. Hey, you know, what's my best rep on 155 on a bench, or maybe 2 1/4 on a bench, or 315 on a bench, or squats or overheads, or whatever the case may be. Pick something like that and attack it. And we all know when you finally get that one extra rep, or you PR on something, anything, it just gives you, it just fills your tank right back up. You're ready to finish off the whole week that way. You've got to constantly be able to think of things like that to be able to give yourself. And I can tell you as coaches, you know, that's one thing that we're always trying to give to our clients, in that sense of being able to always have that next little jump up, you know, because nobody wants to be plateaued. You know, it's the worst feeling in the world. Well, why can't I keep growing, or why can't I keep doing this or doing this? So you find other goals. You know, sometimes people can't, like I said, they can't hit that PR on a bench or a squat or anything like that. Well, you find another goal. And it's not a point of, well, that's just to keep them interested. Well, yeah, to keep them interested in still working out. I don't care about working with me in that sense. It's, I want them to stay working out. I want them to stay fit and still fall in love with what this is, you know. 30 years of doing this stuff, and I still love it to death. So it's being able to constantly keep that fire going. You know, it's always nice to get compliments when you're outside, and my favorite, do you lift? That's my favorite one. Nope, never lifted a day in my life. Just a farm boy. Lifting all those bales of hay, you know, gave me 20-inch frickin' arms and a 52-inch chest, you know. Yeah, really, it did? You know, it's, you fucking idiot. But, you know, the compliments are nice, but, you know, it's you who's got to drive yourself back underneath that bar. And it always seems like if you're in a really bad mood, you can have all the compliments in the world and, you know, it doesn't do shit. All right. Yep.
There's one. Four. Five. Come on.
Just working on the problem area. Just getting that top press. Now on the top presses of just touching the top of your head, press. That's your lockouts. It's the same as lockouts on a bench press. You know, you're picking a weight that is heavy for where you're at. This is heavy for where I'm at. And, you know, got the 1 strict and then 5 up top. You got to be able to break down the movements, you know, like this. You know, you break them down into sections. Bench press, I break it down into sections where I'm working the bottom half, the top half, full range. This is the same thing. You can work just the press itself off the chest, maybe up to eyeball, you know, before your head pops through. And you can do what I just did right here, where I'm going to work on, you know, controlling it down to here and then just driving through. You can see how that's going to help you out with your press in the future. It's just everything right here. So you're already popping the head through. So you're just dropping it here and you're just keeping it straight in the shoulders. Give it a try. You'll definitely feel it. And be smart with the weight, you know. If you've never done it before, start out easy. Feel your way through. And then once you work up and you come back down, you know, it's going to be something that, you know, you can get, say, 6 for, you know, somewhere in there. And then go through and do that. Work that top half. So, again, there's just ways of breaking these things down. But I want to keep moving here, and it's getting a little late tonight, so I think I'm going to do one more. We'll go a little bit lighter here, just to kind of finish it out.
Daisy, what are you doing?
No, I'll do these as a push. I'll finish these out as a push.
Happy. No, I'll stay over here.
Got to keep the weights up a little bit to be able to
No.
start getting them back up again.
No, stay over here, not deadlift.
Oh, what's up, Miss Daisy? Hey, baby. No. All you can see is that tail just flipping around. Pepe Le Pew tail. Oh, crazy Daisy.
No.
But there's a difference here. If you've never done this before, and the way that you would train would be a little bit different than I'm trying to bring my strength back because of the muscle memory. The muscles are going to remember the movements. It's going to be able to build the muscle back a little quicker than if you've never had the muscle to begin with. So if you've never done this before, take it easy, okay? Don't just go, you know, balls to the wall and, you know, throw caution to the wind. Next thing you know, can't get it, clunk, and you're done. Don't do that, okay? So, just set my water down. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure we're being smart about this. Use your head, okay? So, one more set. Oh, and then we're gonna get some traps, some back, some shoulders, finish everything off. Ooh. Ooh. This time around, it's going to be, honestly, probably moving the weight a little bit more than just, this is going to be really pushing through the weight. This is going to be working more off that press compared to working just the top. Now I'm going to work the the opposite side of that. I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna work that portion, okay? So, enough talking.
What you going for?
I don't know.
I was waiting
Ah,
for
I missed it.
waiting for you to get done.
Ah, I missed the ball. Whew.
I think I did 3 down there.
So, that time around, obviously, I just manhandled the weight. I just moved the weight around. Could I have done 10 strict? No. But, nice thing about it is, you start to try to tighten up the technique. I just kind of manhandled them through. Yes, there was more in the tank, but again, I'm coming back to this. So I feel good. Everything's all right. Up to 275. You know, easy set of 3. Well, not easy set of 3. Got a set of 3. You know, the what was it 260 before that? You know, that felt good. Doing the top half's doing that. Good enough. And maybe next week I'll add a little more, either a little more volume and reps, or I'll add a little bit more weight. Seeing how it feels. Most likely, I'll probably sit there and start working with 275 again. Instead of doing 1 set, I'll probably try to do like 2 sets of triples, and then come back down and maybe do this at like 235, 245, something like that. Won't know till next week. Stay tuned for that. But I'm gonna strip this down, go over there, start working on some rows, some traps, some back work, and keep it going. So you guys stick to it, keep that fire lit, get cranking on those weights, and I will see you on the flip side. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you guys later. See ya.